Well, it's 1 a.m. here in the UK, and unfortunately, there's just been extremely sad news to report, as Triple H has revealed that Bray Wyatt has passed away at 36 years of age. News broke earlier Thursday evening as Triple H tweeted, "Just received a call from WWE Hall of Famer Mike Rotunda, who informed us of the tragic news that our WWE family member for life, Wyndham Rotunda, also known as Bray Wyatt, unexpectedly passed earlier today. Our thoughts are with his family, and we ask that everyone respect their privacy at this time." This is devastating news following the passing of wrestling legend Terry Funk on 23rd August, a situation which the world is still reacting to. In Bray Wyatt's case, it's even more devastating as he was only 36. But let's just take a moment to celebrate one of professional wrestling's true visionaries. Now, wrestling was deeply ingrained in Wyndham Rotunda's DNA, the son of WWE legend Mike Rotunda, aka Erwin R. Shyster, and the grandson of WWE Hall of Famer Blackjack Mulligan. Wyndham and his brother Taylor, aka Bo Dallas, grew up around the ring and dreamed of continuing the family tradition of their dad, grandfather, and uncle Barry Wyndham. Wyndham distinguished himself in high school, winning a state wrestling title and earning a college scholarship based on his talent playing football. While he had the advantage of a wrestling pedigree, he also had the extra expectations that come with someone from a wrestling background entering the business. Now, it didn't take long for Wyatt to prove himself as he began training in WWE's developmental territory, Florida Championship Wrestling, debuting in 2009. Like many wrestlers, Wyndham worked several personas and gimmicks as the WWE sought to maximize his true potential. However, it was his time working in FCW as Tank Mulligan, Tank Rotunda, or Duke Rotundo, it was clear he was someone special. Duke teamed with brother Bo Rotunda, with the two winning the FCW Tag Team Championship as they defended it against future WWE superstars such as Kurt Hawkins and Heath Slater. The Rotundas also crossed paths with the Usos and the team of PJ Black and Brian Cage. His next incarnation was Husky Harris. It was in FCW where Wyndham began working as Husky Harris. In 2010, he entered the WWE's NXT competition and was eliminated. However, Harris and the rest of the competition's losers shocked the WWE when they joined forces with Damien Sandow, forming the group The Nexus and waging war on the WWE. Harris would work in both the Wade Barrett version of NXT and the new Nexus led by CM Punk. He then returned to FCW, but big changes were coming. Changes that would change the landscape of the WWE's new developmental territory NXT and the WWE itself, as he then formed the Wyatt family. They repackaged Husky Harris as Bray Wyatt. The timing was ideal as the WWE had also launched NXT as its official developmental territory, and Wyatt thrived there, cultivating a character based on the idea of a cryptic and charismatic man leading his family of wrestlers. The Wyatt family made up of Wyatt and his so-called sons Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. Although Wyatt was injured early on in the group's run, he guided them, cutting innovative promos that mesmerized fans. He guided Rowan and Harper to the NXT Tag Team Championship, just the beginning of many titles for the group. They then invaded the main roster. In 2013, the Wyatt family debuted on Raw after weeks of vignettes aired heralding their arrival. The fearsome family wasted no time making an impression as they took out the Big Red Machine in their debut. No one was safe as Bray and his sinister servants took out one wrestler after another. While the WWE had seen scenarios where wrestlers attacked established wrestlers to make names for themselves, fans hadn't seen anyone as otherworldly as Bray Wyatt in some time. His powerful promos played on people's fears as he did his spooky vignettes, which seemed like something out of a horror movie. Bray always seemed to know how to create a feeling of dread in the fans, such as Eric Rowan wearing a sheep mask. Many members of the universe couldn't help but compare Wyatt's character to The Undertaker. Indeed, fans began gushing with anticipation over the thought of what would happen when Bray Wyatt crossed paths with The Undertaker. For now, the Wyatt family took on other wrestlers, including CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and The Shield, but fans were always in for a treat when the Wyatt family wrestled, as they employed a style that combined brute force with remarkable technical moves and often surprising speed. His finish of the Sister Abigail was just another example of his genius for the business. There seemed to be no limit to Wyatt's imaginations or what horrors he would unleash on wrestlers. Then came the moment of good versus evil. In 2014, Bray Wyatt was established as one of WWE's big bads, which meant it was time to take on WWE's #1 babyface, John Cena. Wyatt and the rest of the family made life miserable for the WWE's resident superhero, as Bray made it clear that John Cena wasn't the hero he claimed to be, and by that time, he was through with him. Cena would become a monster. Wyatt stretched Cena to his breaking point, with the two meeting at WrestleMania 30. There, Cena defeated Wyatt, but the war was just beginning. His mind games continued as he led a choir of children in singing the song "He's Got the Whole World in His Hands." Again, his penchant for the macabre made him a fan favorite with many, despite him portraying a heel. However, it didn't take him long to start another war, this time against Chris Jericho. But this didn't slow Wyatt down as he feuded with Dean Ambrose before embarking on a much anticipated campaign against the Dead Man. He challenged the Dead Man to a match at WrestleMania 31, calling himself the new face of fear. He battled Taker with fans seeing the Phenom taking on the man, or was it a monster seeking to take his place? Taker prevailed, but Wyatt wasn't finished. That summer, Wyatt introduced a fourth member to the Wyatt family, that being Braun Strowman, who added formidable power to the Wyatt family while Eric Rowan recovered from an injury. But then bigger things happened as he won championship gold. The Wyatt family began to drift apart as Braun Strowman was drafted away. In 2016, they were stunned when Randy Orton joined forces with Bray, with the two capturing the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, his first main roster gold. In 2017, Wyatt and Orton were seemingly inseparable. Orton showed his loyalty when he refused to challenge Wyatt for the championship Bray had captured in the Elimination Chamber match that year. However, Orton betrayed him, burning down the Wyatt family compound and defeating him for the title at WrestleMania 33. At that point, his career started to stumble slightly as he began feuding with broken Matt Hardy, but the feud seemed like a watered-down version of Wyatt's character and Hardy's more popular woke Matt Hardy. Still, they managed to win the Raw Tag Team Championship. But then something big came. Very big. Enter The Fiend. Fans began to wonder what was going on with Bray Wyatt and whether the WWE had fumbled another breakout character. In 2019, everything changed as Bray returned, informing the WWE that he was a new man. Fans were shocked when Wyatt began hosting what appeared to be a children's show, complete with various puppets such as Abby the Witch, Huskus the Pig, Ramblin' Rabbit, and Mercy the Buzzard. But it didn't take long for fans to see that Wyatt was still as twisted as ever as he began dropping hints that a violent persona lived underneath him. He debuted as The Fiend, with the bizarrely masked character appearing out of nowhere and laying out wrestlers and legends with his new move, the Mandible Claw. The Fiend was a polarizing character. Although he was popular because he gave Bray Wyatt a new canvas to paint on, The Fiend was portrayed as seemingly invulnerable, which made the results of his matches a foregone conclusion. Nonetheless, the WWE had him fight various stars, beginning with Finn Balor and later Universal Champion Seth Rollins, who The Fiend destroyed to capture the title. He plowed through one foe after another with no one able to stop him. His character was entertaining, but fans longed for the WWE to come up with better opponents and storylines for him. It was obvious they didn't know how to handle a Superman-type character, even though his vignettes were always entertaining. His loss to Goldberg in 2020, a loss that struck fans as meaningless since Goldberg was a part-timer, but fortunately The Fiend regained his momentum when he began feuding with Braun Strowman over the Universal Championship, with him introducing a new partner in crime, Alexa Bliss. Wyatt somehow placed Bliss under his power and she became his demon doll, appearing on the Firefly Funhouse and adding a new dimension to his character. There were many twists and turns with Bliss, but in 2021 fans were in for a bigger shock when Wyatt was released in WWE. Although they had fumbled his latest character, fans were convinced that WWE had left money on the table. But this changed in 2022 when bizarre vignettes featuring a White Rabbit character began appearing on TV shows, including QR codes that provided clues to the White Rabbit's identity. Fans were certain it was Bray Wyatt, and at Extreme Rules, their suspicions were proved right when Wyatt returned. He began showing his character fighting his inner demons, and this led to the introduction of the mysterious Uncle Howdy and a feud with LA Knight that culminated at the 2023 Royal Rumble, where Wyatt defeated Knight in a Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. They then began a program with Wyatt and Bobby Lashley. However, Bray disappeared from TV, with fans fearing he might be released. However, things were far worse, as Sean Ross Sapp reported that Bray contracted COVID, which aggravated an existing heart issue. On 24th August, Bray Wyatt died of a heart attack. He was the epitome of pro wrestling, a man who developed an attractive style in the ring and possessed the charisma to hold an audience in the palm of his very hand. Sadly, his talents were often underappreciated by management, and he was never able to utilize his creative genius to its fullest. Nevertheless, he left an indelible mark on the industry that is more remarkable given his career didn't even start until 2009. Tributes start to pour in over Twitter, with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson tweeting, "I'm heartbroken over the news of Bray Wyatt's passing. Always had tremendous respect and love for him and the Rotunda family. Loved his presence, promos, in-ring work, and connection with the WWE Universe. Very unique, cool, and rare character, which is hard to create in our crazy world of pro wrestling. Still processing losing the GOAT Terry Funk yesterday and now Bray today. My love, light, strength, and mana to the Rotunda family and Funk family during this tough, heartbreaking time." Another came from Alexa Bliss, who said, "I'm just in shock, extremely heartbroken and at loss for words. What can I say? What an amazing human being Wyndham is, an amazing and kind friend, one of the most creative minds to ever walk this earth. Wyndham, you brought so much joy and happiness to everyone around you. It's going to take me some time to really process this. Sending my love to the Rotunda family, JoJo, and their babies. We love you, Wyndham." Rhea Ripley just simply wrote, lost for words, like, to be honest, many of us. In all honesty, I'm still in shock. Windham was only 36 years old. I think we truly lost a legend who hadn't even reached his full potential. Rest in peace.